Today we're going to talk about changing the Teflon on your Stampinator. It doesn't happen often, but every now and then you're going to get a tear, you might get a little puncture or a blemish that's going to interfere with your print. So the first thing that we're going to do is remove the Stampinator from the press. We're going to bring it over, we're going to flip it upside down. And I like to do this on a table where the controller, when we lay it down, it's going to hang over the edge a little bit. To remove the Teflon, you're going to need 9/16 wrench or a 9/16 socket, which I have here, or a wrench or an adjustable wrench, a razor blade, and some black electrical tape, as well as your new piece of Teflon. So we're gonna start by cutting the old Teflon. Cut that out, we'll throw that out to the side. Grab your Teflon with the tape, pull that up, do the same thing with the other side. Stampinator is a little hot, so you wanna be careful. But we just want to check, make sure there's nothing on it. There's no bumps of any type of debris that's going to interfere with the Teflon sheet. So we're going to take our new Teflon sheet. We're going to space it out almost 6 inches on each side. Take the tape. We're going to cut a small piece off, and we're just going to mark one side where we pulled the Teflon to. We're going to line the Teflon up with the heating element on both sides to ensure that we have a nice straight edge. We're gonna lay the Teflon right on top of the rail. And then I like to take the ratchet that I'm using, I'll sit it on top. And by the way, we're working on a new feature with the rail, so we don't have to do this. We're gonna have a slit where we can just drop it in. We're gonna split the rail and the Teflon with the electrical tape. We're gonna do one more piece. So now we're gonna go ahead and tighten up the Teflon. We gotta move up here, put a little tension on it. And we're gonna get right until we come to the black tape where our marker was. And as you're tightening, you want to just make sure that you have a nice straight edge right here. So your Teflon meets the heating element with a straight edge. That's important so we don't get any slack or creases in our Teflon. We're at the point where we need to be. I'm gonna lay down and hold this end for a second. Normally, I'll take the tape here and we're gonna come back right here to the edge, and I'll put a piece on the heating element as well as the Teflon to hold it in place. And now we're gonna cut 3 more pieces, and I'm gonna fold this back. The tape's gonna come off a little bit. That's okay if it does. Again, look at where you are and hold your center point and put your tape pretty close to the center, and then hit the sides. And then we're gonna go ahead and do the same thing as we did on the other side. This time we're gonna adjust it as if we're loosening the nuts. Again, put some pressure on the back side to keep it nice and tight so you don't get any creases. So you can see we have a little bit of crease in here. I think that's gonna be okay, it's not much. Once the heat's on it, it's gonna level itself out. When you're putting a new piece of Teflon on, your Teflon wants to loosen up a little bit, so we can tighten that. And we're gonna just basically hold this in place and tighten this nut up a 1/4 turn. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side. And now we can go back and snug up our Teflon. Now that we have the Teflon on, just flick it, and it should sound like a drum. Just stamp it.